Hello guys, Chris Tech Tips here, and today we're gonna talk about something really interesting. We're gonna talk about how to unlock our Cyberpunk 2077 memory pool budget file. What does that do? We have unallocated space in our PC from RAM, CPU, and even our GPU that's sitting around when we're playing games, and we're wandering around why we don't get too much performance, for example, or why is our GPU at 100% and our CPU is at like 40 or 50. So today we're gonna talk about that for Cyberpunk 2077 at PC, because what we're gonna do, we're gonna increase the allocated space that we have. We're gonna increase that in game so we can gain performance. Of course, some people will benefit from it, some people will not. For example, if you have like 2 GB and i3 and the GTX 1050, for example, you can't do a lot because you don't have a lot of space to give. But if you have like 8 GB of RAM or 16, 8 GB and plus GTX 1080 or from 1070 and above, even AMD, and you have like a very good CPU, AMD or Intel, like Ryzen 7 or Ryzen 9 or i7, i9, and the space is just like sitting there, we can do some tricks. In order to do the tricks, we must open our performance tab that you can press Ctrl Shift and Escape, then that will pop up. If you go to the performance, you can see how much allocated space we have, for example, are at our memory. I have 32 GB, but as we can see, we have available 24.9. That means we can give in our game. Um, I will put 4 GB at safe, so I will not use like I can give 20 GB, but I will keep that 4, so my system runs smoothly. You can give the entire amount of RAM you want, but I don't know. For me, it's not recommended. Keep at least 2 to 4 GB free. Then if we go at our GPU, you can see that it says okay 9%, 50, but we have dedicated. For example, I have the GTX 1070. You see, it's almost 1 GB allocated, and it's around 7.2 GB free. So we can give on VRAM. We don't care. We can give the entire amount and be safe because it doesn't matter on the GPU. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Cyberpunk 2077 without recording on my PC, it runs very very smooth. But I want to see that if I can hit on ultra, because I was getting an ultra, I think 45 to 55, yeah, 45 to 55 FPS. I want to see that with a new leak that came out on Reddit, if I can manage to get 60 plus on 1080p, we're gonna talk about right now. So yeah, how we're gonna do that, Chris? Okay, that is very simple. Okay, we're just gonna leave that here. In order to do that, as you can see, you need to go to your stream library, then Steam Apps, Common, Cyberpunk 2077, at the engine file, then config file, then you will see something called memory pool budget CSV. Okay, let's do that. And I am here. Games Cyberpunk 2077, engine and config file. Okay, I see that here. Before we mess around it, I suggest you keep a copy of the file, a backup. So I'm just gonna copy it. I'm just gonna put it on the desktop to have it on the desktop. So how we're gonna edit this file? Well, I'm gonna use Notepad++. So here it is. We don't care about the Durango and Orbis. We care about the PC. And what we're gonna change here, what we're gonna change is the pool CPU and the pool GPU. These two. As you can see currently, The Cyberpunk 2077, it allocates 1.5 gigabytes memory and 3 gigabytes of the GPU memory. Okay, you know what? Let's change it. So I'm just gonna go over on the memory tab. I see it's available 24.9, so I will keep that 4, so I'm gonna give around 20. So I'm just gonna put 20 20,000 megabytes, that's 20 gigabytes, and on the GPU memory, I'm just gonna give around how much should I give, because it's very GPU intensive, that game. I'm just gonna give 7. I'm just gonna save it. I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna close everything. And now I'm gonna move you to my first monitor, and let's open our Cyberpunk. But before we open the Cyberpunk, we need to make sure that Cyberpunk is running as administrator. In order for that to work, it must always run as administrator. How we can do that? Well, it's very simple. Go to your Cyberpunk 2077, then to the bin file, then 64, then you see the Cyberpunk 2077.exe file, that's the application file. Right click, go to properties, go compatibility, and then click here where it says run this program as administrator. Apply and OK. So now each time that we open the Cyberpunk 2077, it goes as an administrator. You saw that? Yes. That black screen, it was because I pressed that the admin rights, the pop-up window. So let's go and do that. Let's see how many FPS we are gonna get. I forgot to launch the Afterburner, the MSI. Okay, let's check that. I will go over to settings. Graphics. I will put everything on ultra. I will put out film grain, depth of field, and motion blur because I don't like them. I'm just gonna leave everything else on high, on ultra, how it is. So let's go. Ah, as I can see, GTX 1070 is 99%. Okay, how it was last time. Of course, we see here on the VRAM, it has been increased from 3 gigabytes to 5.5 gigabytes. And also the RAM. I remember before it was around, I think, 10 gigabytes. Now it's 11.5. And we see our CPU. Okay, CPU is standard, how it was. But we see, I don't know if you can see it, guys. But for me, it's running smoothly on Ultra. Compare like before, that we were hitting around 30 minus. Sorry about my driving. I haven't got my driver license yet. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, okay, he's alive. I mean, the car just ran over him, but he still... Okay, let's do like our benchmark video. We're just gonna go here. Okay, we hit the 30 FPS, even 29. As we can see, our VRAM is increasing, guys. You see that? 6 gigabytes now. But it's running smoothly. I don't see that stuttering I was experiencing earlier. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna quit our game. We're gonna take a picture of it first. We're gonna quit our game. What we're gonna do now is that we're gonna open our file and we're gonna copy the backup file. Copy here, replace. Okay, let's check now with the previous settings how many FPS we are getting. And if we can understand the performance that we got, did we lost anything? Is it the same? Does it feel smoothly? Hmm. CPU same. VRAM. Hmm. Okay, I can understand the stuttering. There's a stuttering here, so it does not feel. It doesn't feel smooth. Sorry for my English there. It doesn't feel that smooth. It's like laggy. The FPS I see the same. The VRAM is the same. The RAM also it's the same. The minimum FPS was 9 earlier as I remember. Hmm. Of course, what I'm gonna notice is the stuttering. It's so stutter. I don't like it. Thirty FPS. No. Just gonna leave it here like that. I think it was here where I took the picture. Yes. I don't see any difference. The only difference I saw with the config file that we messed up, um, I noticed the stuttering, okay? It was disappeared entirely. But other than that, I don't see anything. I didn't see VRAM going up and allocate more space. No. We're gonna take a picture. I took it. Okay. Exit. Let's go. Cyberpunk 2077. When it was that? Okay. If we can see here, on the left, on the left side, it's the config file that we messed up. And at the right side, it's the normal one. Okay, as we can see, our FPS, our maximum FPS got up, but the minimum got 9 FPS compared to the 26. RAM, a little bit more with the config file. The processor, it woke up a bit. Yeah, and on the GPU, we can see 58% versus 99%. Hmm. Of course, guys, what I'm gonna say is that not, disclaimer here, not in all people's PC it will work, okay? Some people benefit, some people didn't benefit. It doesn't mean that, okay, I'm gonna do that and I have an amazing PC, 64 gigabytes of RAM, Ryzen 9 and i9 and maybe 3090 Ti. I'm gonna get wow FPS. Okay, no. On some people, on some people's PC worked. On some people's PC didn't work. So yeah, that's it. This is Reddit where I got the post from. Unlock your Cyberpunk 2007 memory pool budget and etc. As we can see, this guy has a CPU i7 4790K, 1080 Ti, 32 gigabytes of DDR3, game on SSD, Windows operating SSD. That guy claimed that he is playing on recent titles on 4040p, high on at least 60 FPS. He was shocked that he was getting around average of 30 to 50 FPS. So when he did that trick, he was getting solid 60 plus FPS on high settings, 4040p, 80 field of view. His loading times gone down from 20 seconds to 2 seconds, but I don't know. So yes, that was it, guys. I'm gonna leave the link of that Reddit post on the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and put on the notification bell to see more upcoming videos of that. And yes, thanks for watching. I wish you a great day. Have a great gaming, and I hope this tip helps you to increase your performance on Cyberpunk 2077. Chris Tech Media, signing out.